Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? It's your boy Frank Daniels here. Today I'm going to give you 5 unorthodox reasons why you suck at fitness. And this is not to take a personal shot at anybody, but merely to point out and get out on the table that there are mental patterns that people are running that are preventing them from having success at something that they want to accomplish, right? So I just want to get that stuff out on the table. Again, not to take a personal shot at anybody, but I want to make sure that you recognize the type of mental things that you're doing that could potentially prevent your success. Before I go into that, I have a free report. It's called 7 Steps to Shredded. If you want to get lean, jacked, and ripped, you can download that by clicking the link down below, okay, the first link in the description. And at the end of this video, there'll be a pop-up somewhere here where you can just click that button and download 7 Steps to Shredded. Let's go into 5 unorthodox reasons, okay? 5 unorthodox things that you may not have thought of previously, okay, that could be holding you back. So the first one is, believe it or not, you may just not truly believe that you deserve success. Okay, and this happens on a subconscious level and not on a conscious level. Because think about it. Doesn't everybody want to be successful at like everything? Okay? Does everyone not want to be fit, lean, fit, feeling sexy, feeling good about themselves? Like everybody wants that, right? Everybody wants to be well paid and wealthy. Everybody wants good relationships. So on a conscious level, everybody wants those things, right? But only a select few people are able to obtain them. And those select few people have cleared out some of the subconscious mental blocks that would get in your way on the path to those things, right? So most of your learned habits come from when you're a young kid, and if your parents weren't like, life coaches, which most people's parents weren't, chances are that they instilled some stuff in you that your programs that you're still running today, which go something like, maybe I just don't deserve this shit. Again, doesn't happen on a conscious level. It's on a subconscious level, something that you're not seeing. So you don't have to have these big, like crazy life experiences to have that stuff going on. It could be, minor things, something that you learned when you were a kid that told you, I just don't deserve this shit, right? So I'm not going to give you 1,000 ways on how to fix that right now, but a couple quick things. People like Tony Robbins, NLP, Psycho-Cybernetics is a program. Those types of things will help you guys kind of clear out some of those subconscious barriers so you can move forward and be successful in your fitness. If you find that you're constantly wanting something that you're not getting, very often that's the issue, right? You're just in your own way, and it's not something that happens on a conscious level. Number 2, you view exercise as torture. Okay, it's not something that's fun to you. And just right off the top of my head, if you're gonna do something to achieve something and you're not gonna find a way to enjoy it or reshape your viewpoint on what exercise is to you and what it does for you, then chances are you're probably gonna struggle to get in the gym, to get those workouts done, to do the stuff you need to do to make you healthy and successful. So this is all a frame right here. And almost anyone I've ever worked with who comes in and views the workouts as torture, or views it as something that they have to do rather than something that they can do for themselves, and this is something that's beneficial and something that I love to do, they're going to struggle. Whereas the people who find a way to relate the exercise, the good feeling it brings about, and the health benefits to something that makes them feel good are the people who end up successful, right? If you just need to make it part of who you are, what you do, and something that feeds your soul, so to speak, right? Because exercise is just a feel-good drug. So if you're not using it as a feel-good drug and it's something that's like so painful for you to do, then you're probably not going to be too successful at it. So you got to make it that feel-good drug, make it something that you love to do, make it something that you do for you and that benefits you, and it drives everything else in your life, because it truly does, right? So that's what you got to do, all right? The third one, you still think you can do what you used to. So you know that 50 Cent song, damn homie, in high school you was the man, homie? It's kind of like that. Like a lot of people think they can still do stuff or eat a certain way, or get away with not exercising as much. Some people grow up and they're thin and skinny their whole life, and then all of a sudden they start gaining weight and they don't know what to freaking do with themselves. Some people can work out a little bit but never eat good and then stay lean, and all of a sudden that changes. Some people, drink a lot of alcohol and, all of a sudden, like, they can't drink alcohol and stay lean anymore. Here's the freaking reality. No one's getting younger, okay? So the body is just simply not gonna do right now what it did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and everyone's at a different place in their timeline. But the reality is no one's getting freaking younger, right? Everyone is moving the same direction. We're all going the same direction. So staying on top of your game, continuing to work out, continuing to eat healthy is going to make it easier for anyone to maintain these things over the course of a lifetime. But anyone that's has their head wrapped around the idea that you think you're going to do what you did when you were in your early 20s, okay, or in your early 30s, or whatever it is just incorrect. It's not going to work that way. So if you were doing something before and it was working, and probably wasn't like what you consider quote unquote healthy, right? And now you're doing that same thing and suddenly you can't get a result anymore, well, guess what? You're gonna have to figure out that you might have to not do that shit anymore, and find a different strategy. And that's the way fitness always works. You're finding strategies that benefit you in the moment that you're in, and that moment changes, okay? I'm not the same dude I was 5 years ago. My body doesn't quite react the same way. Now I've been staying on my fitness, so it does well, but it's not going to react the same way in 5 years from now. I'm going to have to find slightly different strategies to be able to benefit myself. For example, I don't drink alcohol anymore. It's a lot easier to stay lean if I don't drink alcohol. If I was in my early 20s, I could drink a lot of alcohol. So it's just an adjustment that I've had to make to be more fit, and that's the way it goes. So no one is getting younger. We're all moving the same direction, and sometimes you need to wrap your head around that you might just have to do things differently, right? Okay. Number 4 is you only push to be in shape when the cameras are on. Okay, and I'm gonna say cameras are on. So you only push to be in shape when it's time to be sexy. So for example, you've got an event coming up, a wedding, a photo shoot, a vacation, and that's the only time you think about getting in shape. So 3 weeks out from that, you're gonna start getting in shape. 6 weeks out for that, whatever it is. If the only time you really want to be in good shape is when you have to kind of take off your clothes, that's why I say, like, when the cameras are on, right? When you got to take some pictures and throw them on, throw them on the internet or whatever it is. Like, when you're away on vacation, like, if that's the only time that you're thinking about getting in shape and being in your tip-top shape, then more often than not, you're going to find yourself disappointed in your fitness level, right? Because you're just not going to want to push it. So that can't be your only motivation, is to do it when the time is right. Most people who do that just doesn't work out well for them, right? So once again, you got to find an around the clock motivation to be fit. Doesn't mean you have to be super lean all year round. Like, I know I'm not super lean all year round. I would like to be. It's kind of a goal of mine, something I'm still trying to figure out how to obtain for the most part. But again, if the only time you're going to get in the gym is 3 weeks out from your vacation coming up, Vegas is coming up, you're going to have an issue, because it's hard to accomplish that. It takes a consistent effort, and the more consistent you are, you don't have to be lean, or at your leanest all year round. But when you're consistent, now if you start 3 weeks out, okay, it might be pushing it, but you start a couple weeks out from that, then you can probably obtain what you're looking for. But you're already lean, you're already in good, relatively good health, relatively good shape. But again, you got to get your mindset off of these destination opportunities to get in shape, and just be in shape all year round. And then it's just naturally what you'll do is kind of step up when the time is right. But not doing that is just a recipe for disaster. So make sure you find other means and other ways to push yourself to be to have that success year round. And if you gotta step it up, then you step it up. And the 5th one is you think you want it, but you don't really want it, or you haven't really measured the cost of what it really takes to be like elite level fit, right? So everyone wants to look in a magazine or look at an Instagram supermodel or someone that they admire and say, damn, I want to be that. But a lot of people don't recognize exactly what it takes to be that. And they don't realize what that person is sacrificing in order to obtain that physique, right? So none of this stuff is right or wrong. If Okay, the only thing that is right or wrong is what you decide is right or wrong for you. So if you decide you want a certain body type and you want to be like, you know, no body fat at all, superstar status ripped, you got to understand that comes with consequences of some sacrifice. You know, you're probably not going to drink a lot of alcohol. You're probably not going to have a lot of cheat meals, if any. You're going to be cutting calories down before you might do a photo shoot or have an event like we just talked about, right? You know, those people sacrifice to a level that most regular people wouldn't understand. So when you're building this facade of this person that you want to be based off someone else's work ethic, someone else's dreams, and someone else's passions, right? You're probably not understanding exactly how much work goes into that. And this goes for any level of success in anything. Like, you need to understand the people who are very successful at shit that they do, they're sacrificing a lot of stuff, and it's usually, you know, time with family and friends, to work, okay, to put work in, to put effort in. And people who are very fit, you know, they either have to come to these opportunities, you know, these times out at dinner or lunch or barbecues or whatever it is, and watch people eat stuff and while they're not doing it, right? While they're pulling out their grilled chicken and broccoli. It's not always that, but that's just an example. So you think you want it, but you may not actually want it, because what it really takes to be superstar level, elite fit, is a whole lot of dedication, a whole lot of sacrifice, and it really drives a lot of people crazy. And if you like going crazy to a certain degree, then you might want to do that. But ultimately, you have to decide what works for you, okay, and exactly how lean and how fit that you want to be, and get comfortable with it if it's not superstar status. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be superstar status, you got to step it up, right? You're just going to have to do the things that that person does, which is just be on another level of dedication and discipline. That's fine if you want that. And it's also fine if you want the other side of things, where you're just okay being in decent shape and not necessarily, you know, being that, you know, that level or that status. So that's it, guys. These are 5 reasons why you might suck at fitness. And if these patterns are going on in your head or in your thinking, these are things that you want to straighten out, of course, so that ultimately you can be awesome at fitness. Once again, this is not to take a shot at anybody. That's not what I do, but it's merely to point out that these things do happen and do go on in people's heads. So we want to make sure that we clear this stuff out so you can have as much success possible in your fitness. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you really did, head down below, leave a comment, and of course subscribe to this channel so you don't miss this stuff on a regular basis. I have a free report, 7 Steps to Shred It. You could download it by clicking one of these buttons. It'll be around here somewhere. I'm never really sure, but it'll be up here. Guys, my name is Frank Daniels. Enjoy your day.